I'll keep this quite short. I thought it'd be quite fun to do another Phobias of Dragons episode. Seems to be a fan favourite and I quite enjoy it, so let's bring these illustrations to life. I fail to see why you would need me to join you to explore this dimension that is laced with, well, your kin, or some other monstrosity. You mean demons or demonic creatures, depending on your fancy? Well, yes, those types of creatures. The ones that get under your skin and give you the chills. What was that? Oh, that looks interesting. Like someone or something is over there. Let's take a look, shall we? Hold up. Are you sure that's a wise idea? As the pair headed towards the direction they heard the noise from, they came to a small clearing, which was surrounded by fog. In the centre was a lone figure, sitting still and motionless. Demonica and Dino Dinoclaw decided to head towards the figure. It was clear that whatever it was wasn't making any threatening movements. In fact, it looked like the figure was suffering from the weight of the world on their shoulders. May as well have a seat. It's too late to turn back. Coming here sealed your fate. Not from this place, are you? Sealed our fate? What do you mean by that? Demonica, this fella seems a bit doom and gloom. Perhaps we should head back and continue along another path? As he turned round, he was lost for words. The strange fog had now gathered around them. Other than the small area they're in, they were completely surrounded and trapped without the ability to see anything through this rather thick fog. Perhaps it could be the Galeophobia dragon, creating an endless fog. However, why it would be in this dimension other than the one it's been found in was a mystery. I wouldn't go wandering if I were you. Have a seat, get comfy. You're going to be here a while. Oh, and when this fog rolls in, you can't see it, but it can see you. You can't see it, but it can see you? What do you mean? You two aren't from around here, are you? What makes you say that? Your eyes. It's in your eyes. Our eyes? I'm intrigued. Do tell. Too much hope and sparkle in your eyes. Well, not so much hope in her eyes. Hers are more filled with wonder and excitement about this place. She seems at home or something. However, those who are from this place all have the same look. Their eyes, one of determination to survive, but soulless. Even if there are some with hope in their eyes, within hours it's gone, assuming they survive that long. Is this fog really that dangerous? It just looks like a regular fog. A bit thick, but still a wall of fog. It's not the fog. It's what's in it. One of those creatures that are in it. It likes to stare at you through the fog until you get paranoid about being watched. Shortly after, you are feeling like someone or something is staring at you. Then the creature comes out the fog, its eyes locked onto you, staring constantly, as it feeds on the fear of you being stared at. The fear of being watched is one all beings have. You start to think it's your imagination, and those who wander into the fog disappear for good. Those like me who have survived in this place for what seems like decades. Time has no meaning here. Minutes, hours, days, it all rolls into one when you're constantly struggling to survive day in and day out. Everything else seems meaningless. Those who have survived and remain in this clearing get a glimpse of the creature with eyes that stare at you even through the fog, piercing the thickness of this veil direct into your core, draining the strength from those who it sets its eyes on. If you see this creature, it looks like a giant reptile, a lizard or something like that, covered in eyes that don't blink. They follow you without missing a single instant. And once it's had its fill, well, it will leave. Or, if you're unlucky, it'll take a liking to you and feed on you within an inch of your limit before leaving and coming back to feast some more. Those accustomed to this, like yours truly here, just sit and wait as the fog rolls in. Nothing you can do. Just accept your fate. Something far worse than death. It looks to me like this creature you spoke of is already here and watching. One thing I can tell you for definite, it's not a demon. And by the looks of its shadow over there, it's quite an interesting one. I think I could do with a stroll. Dino dear, be a star and keep our new friend company while I have a look around. Are you sure that's a good idea, Demonica? Don't worry, I can take care of myself. And after all, I've faced countless demonic creatures before, and I have a few tricks up my sleeve. With that, Demonica headed into the fog, leaving Dino Dinoclaw and the strange figure alone, surrounded by the fog, as the feeling of being stared at grew more and more intense. What's it you do around here, other than survive this rather creepy fog? Good job. There's this clear part, so we don't have to worry about anything happening to us. Hope talking for you there, I see. Definitely not from these parts. What is it you do where you're from? Surviving in a place like this seems to be far from your daily life. What do you mean? Do you mean when I'm not in a place like this? I study dinosaurs. It's my speciality. I'm a bit of an expert on all species of dinosaurs, even if it's just seeing their bones in the ground and uncovering them. I'm closer to dinosaurs than most people. Well, more than anyone can know. So, you like bones, do you? There's a beast you might like around here. I'm not sure it's one of those dinosaur things you're on about, but it's from a large reptile. Although it's a mystery, is this one, it's not covered in bones, it's made from bones. It moves, it stalks its prey, hunts them, even eats them, though those it devours whole, if small enough, just fall for its ribs and sneak off. Some of the more foolish kids play a game with this creature, while others develop a fear of bones or the sound of bones grinding as this creature moves around. Fascinating. I would love to study this creature. It doesn't seem like it's that dangerous if children play games with it. You misunderstand. It's not that it's a friendly creature. In fact, it's quite ferocious and dangerous, often slaughtering the larger adults and creatures it comes across. The sharp bone jaws and teeth slicing its victim in half as it eats and grinds them up, leaving a trail of dismembered and mashed up bodies in its wake. That's revolting. Truly disgusting. Why would children play with a creature like that? That is just a glimpse of how cruel and twisted this place is. Not like adults could do anything about it unless they wanted to get eaten or end up as a pile of mush on the floor. I mean, the kids are small enough to get through without getting dismembered most of the time. The creature is bones. It looks and seems rather interesting. Even has some wings on it, made from bones, it looks like. The strangest part, though, is the mushed up and dismembered remains seem to be boneless. Never did figure out what happened to the bones, even after seeing it up close. Like most things in this damned place, it's a mystery how they work. Bigger mystery how the hell to get out of this place. Well, for that you'd need hope, and in this place there's far too little of that. It can't be, can it? This place is rather strange and bizarre. Definitely doom and gloom, but it must have a charm about it. Speaking of charm, I wonder where Demonica's gotten to. I don't fancy looking for her in this fog. Not if I can avoid it. Excuse me, how long does this fog last for? That depends. Normally a few hours, days, 2 at the most. Sometimes it can be longer. It's best to wait here and save your strength. Once the fog clears, you're going to need it. What do you mean by that? Need it for what? Wait, don't tell me. The fog attracts more creatures in this place? That look. I know that look. Your heart just sank a bit there. The glimmer of hope in your eyes dimmed a little bit. Perhaps you might be suited for this place after all. Either way, you look like you fit in a bit more after realizing that it's one constant struggle after the other in this damned place. Enjoy the fog while it lasts. Once it's gone, the safety and cover it's given, it's gone as well. During this time, Demonica has headed deep into the fog. She continued until she came out of the other side and appeared at a shoreline. It seemed as if Demonica knew exactly where she was going, and she headed down towards the start of the ocean. After following a path down the side of a mountain, a small village could be seen in the distance. The village looked like it was in ruins, as a giant fin could be seen on what looked like a large greyish-blue rock formation. To anyone else, it would seem like a rather strange thing to see, what looked like a fin on top of a rock. But to Demonica, who had seen a vast variety of demons before, she wasn't even fazed in the slightest. In fact, it was a sign that she was where she wanted to be. As she looked ahead, confirming the fin had a set of markings on it, the wings on her back opened up and she jumped off the cliff edge by the path that she was walking on and glided down towards the water. As she got closer, the rock formation began to sink underwater until the fin was no longer visible. As Demonica walked forwards and took several steps into the water, the fin started to slowly re-emerge as the strange formation became clearer. It wasn't a rock formation at all, but rather what appeared to be a combination of a megalodon and, well, a dragon? As the water broke, this creature started to take on a rather terrifying shape to those who have a fear known as Galeophobia. As the head started to lift out of the water's surface, a set of pitch-black, soulless eyes stared at Demonica, as a large snout also came out. Its mouth opened out wide, and as the mouth opened, a row of sharp, jagged teeth extended forwards, pushing out of the mouth as it got wider and wider until a giant gaping hole with rows of teeth going into a very dark, soul-swallowing abyss was clear. As this creature came to shore, it was clear that it had the head of a shark, but the body was a strange combination of a shark and a dragon. As it came to the shore, its mouth was still open wide with rows of razor teeth, and the leftover remains of, well, what can be assumed was the villagers from the shoreline. Demonica walked towards the mouth of this giant creature before stopping next to the first row of teeth. I'm not going to wait here all day, and I'm certainly not entering this creature's mouth. If you want what I have, you can come out and get it, unless you want to go back to Loki empty-handed. The sound of footsteps could be heard coming from inside the shark-like creature's mouth, as out of the dark abyss of its wide-open jaw, a figure started to emerge. As it got closer, the figure held out its hand and Demonica passed over a small device which looked to be something from the Department of Multiversal Matters. The figure smirked at Demonica before turning and walking away. As it walked away, Demonica watched. She said something which made the figure chuckle. Looks like your friend's gotten better at acting. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought that Dino Dinoclaw was with an actual human, and not one of our demon brethren. Did you like the slight change in this one, where I took the narrators and I took them out of the usual meeting, briefing, lecture room type scenario, and we put them in a new dimension with some of the phobias coming to life? I certainly enjoyed it, and I hope you did as well. Monday is going to be a live stream. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do yet. It could be a kaiju, it could be SCP related, or something completely different. Who knows? Just so you guys know, there will be a bonus video coming out before the end of the month, so keep your eyes open for that one. If you like this video, why not check out some of the other Phobias of Dragon episodes on the channel by following the link here. Anyway, stay safe everybody. Catch you next time.